guys, it's Jen. I am here to share with you kind of my Kill-A-Kit video for my first Stash Kits kit. And before I show you the layouts, I'm going to show you what I have left over in the kit. I ended up making 12 layouts, which is a lot for me. So let me show you what's left over from the kit. If you want to see the kit contents, I will link to that original video below. I started out with, I think, 11 sheets of patterned paper and a 6x6 paper pad. So let me show you first what I have left over from the papers. So from cardstock, I have this little bit of, I had 2 sheets of cardstock, so I have this little bit left. And then my papers, this is all I have left, which for me is a great, this is great. I used up a lot of patterned paper here. I still have some cute little scraps, some vellum. So I will cut some of these I'll cut up and put in with my scraps, like this piece probably. But some of them, like this, that'll just go in the garbage. I won't keep that. Same with these. These were really fun to work with. This I might keep, we'll see. So not a ton of pattern paper left over. And then I did use up like maybe 3 or 4 sheets, maybe less, of my 6x6 paper pad. I think for a while I took it out for another project and then I forgot to put it back in, so I forgot that I had included it. So I added it back in later. So I did use this, but not a ton. And I'll show you on the layouts where I used what. So I had included 3 alphas, well 4 I guess. I used most of that up. I have gone ahead and put some words together that I could use for something else, but yeah, I used a lot of that, so that was good. I used up a bunch of these alphabets. There were, I think I had made 1 word with them before this kit, so I still have E's and A. I have like all of the letters, the good letters R and T and S, to make some more words, so I'll keep that. I think I used these alphabets once. These are close to my heart, epoxy alphabet. They're really cute. They're like a small navy alpha. I don't know why I didn't use them, but I didn't. This is all I have left of the I Am from Simple Stories sticker sheet. So just an ampersand, a globe, and then I'll just throw that sticker away. And then I also have this that was a border sticker that I didn't use. So that was really good. Here's the other alphabet that I used. I used both sides of this a few times, but there's obviously still a bunch left, so I'll use those. From the I Am Simple Stories die cut package, I just have a few tabs left, so that's great. I will hold on to those. Let me just pull this over and we'll go through. So this is what I have left of the Amy Tangerine rub-on sheet. I didn't use any of the gold ones. I found the gold hard to use with the yellow, and so I just didn't use it. But they're really cute, so I'll save them for something else. I used up a bunch of the Amy Tangerine die cuts. I still have a few left, which I'll just go ahead and throw back into my die cut bin. Oh, here's another rub-on. Oh, this is from another one of the patterned papers, and their little tags. I'll probably cut these out and I'll just stick them in with my crepe paper die cuts, because that's what it's from. I have 1 little tag left from the Notes and Things tags that I pulled to go with this kit. I have 1 number sticker left from the Sassafras number chipboard that I pulled, so that's awesome. I used a bunch of these phrases. I did use a bit of the string, that was just for the tags. I did not use this washi tape. I used it 1 time and you can barely see it. So I thought it would go with more stuff, but I just didn't end up liking it. So I still have a bunch of flair in here. That's okay. I'm just going to throw it back into my stash of flair. And then these are just some strips of paper that I had left over that I thought I might use for something. I'll just probably throw those away. I don't need them. So there are a few rub-ons in here as well, so I'll make sure that I put those rub-ons all together, and that is all I have left of my kit. So I feel like I used up a ton of this. So let me just get this put away, and then I will show you the next, I'll show you all of the layouts. Okay, so like I said, I made 12 layouts, and I did 2 process videos, and then I did a layout share where I showed 3. So that means that you haven't seen 7 of them. So I'm just going to go in order that I made them. So this is the first one. It's called, well, let me put these off to the side and then I'll pull them in one at a time. So this one's called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're off. This one had a process video. This was the very first layout I made. And I just layered up some of the papers and a little bit of the vellum. Used some of the sassafras number stickers and the words. I'm not going to go into too much detail because there is a process video on that one. This one I did a layout share for. So this is School Carnival. Used up some of those Amy Tan rub-ons, a few strips of paper. This one isn't super paper heavy, but I did use some paper for the background. That's a Dear Lizzie paper, and then those letters again. So I did use those letters quite a lot. This was on that same layout share. I used a We Are Memory Keepers paper that I cut up into triangles and then I watercolored them. And this is using the 6x6 paper pad and then some vellum. And this is the last one that was on that layout share. So I just layered up some of the I Am stuff from Simple Stories, the stickers and the die cuts in a diagonal. And then I used a pattern paper for the background. I like the way that one turned out. And then I used those orange stickers for that one. This is another one that had a process video. So not a ton of pattern paper on this one. I find that a good way to stretch your kit or to make it feel different is to use your paints and mixed media supplies. And so this one has a lot of that going on. And you can see the process video for that one. So now starts into the layouts that I have not shared. So this one is called Pool. I like the way that this one feels very different from the others. It doesn't have any of the red. I focused more on the pink colors for this one. And so I used a crepe paper to cut up some of the tags from it. And I layered them here, and then a few of the other papers I've layered below it. I cut out my title from one of, just hand cut it out of one of the pattern papers, and these little circles came from an Amy Tangerine paper, the same paper that these ones came from, if you watched that video. And yeah, used the letter stickers. I added a piece of flair. I used some gel medium on the background of this one, and then sprinkled some glitter onto it so you can kind of see the shine that that gives. And then here's another flare down here, so I used a couple flare on that one. And then I pulled out my butterfly punch so that I could add some more butterflies that matched this one from the I Am sticker sheet. So there's that one. Oh, and I also folded up some and layered some vellum behind the photo. Just some regular vellum, so I added that in. And of course I added in cardstock to all of these. Okay, so next we have this one called 10 Years at PCS, so just documenting my husband being at his same job for 10 years. And I love this photo of us. It's super grainy, but we don't have a lot of photos of us, and we were dressed up, and I thought it was cute. Anyway, I wanted to focus on that Chamel floral paper, and so I hand cut it out. I love hand cutting out florals. That might not be everyone's cup of tea. You could certainly just cut a strip of that paper and put it here, but I just like the way that it looks layered up the way that I do it. So I also cut out that Dear Lizzie paper with all the hearts on it, and I love the way that this little strip looks at the bottom where I stapled each little heart down on there. So there's 10 for 10 years, and this is just a really simple layout, just, you know, a few things here and there, and then I did use a couple of those numbers. I have a hard time using numbers, so I was impressed that I was able to use them on 2 different pages as numbers, or I think it was 3 pages actually. Was it? Maybe it was just 2. Yeah, 2. Anyway, so there's that one. And then there's this one, which it might be my favorite. I love this one. Sorry, there's a little bit of sun poking through there. But I started taking Wilna's class on Wilna Furstenberg's class on Craftsy, and there's the most amazing cut files in that class, and so I decided to use one and incorporate it with this kit. I used some gelatos on the background, and I'll have to glue this better, but you can see here I just colored them on the background and then I glued this on top. I love the way this turned out. I just layered up a couple papers at the top. I added some washi tape from my stash here, but the rest of the stuff is from the kit. So this is that same Heart Dear Lizzie paper, and then this is the Poolside collection from Crate paper that I used on a couple other layouts. This is a little tag. I think that's also from that same paper that I just cut out from it. These are some die cut leaves that I hand painted and made my own print and cut with, a flare, and then a couple of stickers from the I Am collection. So this one does use the kit, even though it looks very different, which I like. I like when you can make things look different. So I really love the way that that one turned out. And this is just documenting how I'm feeling about, now that I've been at home a month, I quit my job, how that's going and kind of how I'm feeling about that. So there's that one. The next one looks very different too, and I love this one. So this one, it doesn't have very much pattern paper at all. It has a few pieces. So this little kind of splotchy painted paper is the same paper as this one. So it's the back of this paper. So on the back of this is a whole bunch of triangles. And I really like the way that this one turned out. This was a branding strip from one of the papers, and then this was one of the papers as well. I used a few of these little hearts. And the main thing about this one is the background. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw maybe a little bit of this background coming together. I just used the rest of the sassafras number chipboard numbers, and I stuck them onto the background. I put some white gesso over it, probably 3 or 4 coats, and then I just got my watercolors and I just painted over the top of them. If you look really closely, you can still see a little bit of the sassafras, like the pattern on it coming through, and I'm totally fine with that. Like on this 7, you can kind of see the stripes. I think it just adds a little bit of dimension to it. I used these letter stickers again. These I did pull from my stash. They're from, let's see, what's it called? Teresa Collins. They're these ones that I use all the time, alphabet sticker sheet. The rest of the stuff, though, is from the kit. I did pull some enamel dots from my stash, which I said I would be doing. I got the tag from the kit. There's a 6x6 piece of paper under here, as well as a few little bits of other papers that were included in the kit. Here's another tag over to the side. And then this is from the Amy Tangerine die cut sheet. And then I did add one flare. So I really like the way this one turned out. It was fun and different for me, so that was a good time. Okay, next. So as I got more and more into the kit, I played a little bit more with mists and paints, just to switch things up a little bit. This one's really, really simple. I just have 3 papers layered on the side for the background. I used a big piece of that vellum here, and then I used a 5x7 photo of my cute nephew, some more of those alphabet stickers, and then I made a little cluster up here at the top with a few other things. This is from the sticker sheet, and this is from the Crate paper, pattern paper that I included in the kit that was a cut apart. And since it says let's ride into the sun, I decided to include the bicycle, even though we didn't ride our bikes, but this is at the park, so I kind of felt like it went anyway. I did feel like I needed some sort of icon since the rest of everything feels pretty plain. And then I just used some Mr. Huey's in the background. I spritzed and I splattered And that one is pretty simple. A few enamel dots here and there. This next one is a favorite. I love this one. So this is a great idea when you're getting toward the end of a kit. I used my 1-inch circle punch and I just punched tons of the papers. And I punched the ones that I kind of thought had a softer color palette. I did use that cute paper that was from the We Are Memory Keepers that had the triangles on it. And then this is that Chamel paper. I just selectively punched it so I didn't use any of the red because I wanted more of a pink tone. This is that Webster's Pages paper that had the scallops all along it. I just cut out a single scallop and glued it behind each side of the page so it kind of made a circle. And then this is from the 6x6 pattern paper pad, so is this. And then this is a branding strip. And then I did add in some sparkle little dots from Close to My Heart. They're just in my stash. I used up one of those bows. And then to get this really pretty effect on the background, what I did was I sprayed Mr. Huey's in 2 colors, Boss Lady and Taxi, I believe. Yeah. And I just spritzed it right next to the page 2 or 3 times, and then I held up my paper and let it drip down. And then I did Boss Lady, and then I did this one more time. So it looks really pretty when you spritz it right next to the page and then let it drip. I really like the way that that turned out. So, there is that one. And then lastly, this is my least favorite, but it's done and whatever. This is one where I was kind of getting sick of looking at all of those die cuts. So I pulled the rest of the die cuts from the Simple Stories I Am collection, as well as a bunch of the stickers and a few of the die cuts from the Amy Tangerine paper. I laid them all on the background. I gessoed over them, and I just made it into a background. And the cool thing about it is you can't see them very well, but they add a little bit of texture to the background. But right here where I spritzed, so I spritzed and I used the packaging technique on the background with just some mists. I used, again, Boss Lady, Taxi, and then I used Navy, Mr. Huey's, on the background for this one. And I just like the way that this heart really stands out because of that mist. So where the mist is, it kind of defines a few of the edges of some of these. So I thought that looked kind of cool. And then behind the photo, I just layered up a bunch of white paper and some different tags, little bits of tags. This was a branding strip, so I layered some here and a little piece here. I used 2 of the tags. This is 6x6 pattern paper here and here. This was from the sticker sheet. And then I used some black thread. And then I used some of my leftover circles and just kind of put them down the side. And then a few of those phrase stickers as well. And that pretty much, oh, this love right here, I wanted to point this out, came from one of these tags. So these tags have words on them, and I didn't use them with the words, but I did used it as a stencil, traced it, and then watercolored that in. So I like the way that that turned out. And I like the way that this title goes across the photo, right in the space between this painting and my daughter's head. This is just talking about how she has been sleeping in weird places. This is the guest room, not her bedroom. She's just been moving from place to place, and so that is what that one's documenting. So again, I made 12 layouts, and they got progressively more mixed media as I went along, and it was really fun to play with. Now, this kit I'm considering killed for this month. I am actually going to take a break in August because I have something fun that I've been working on, and I need to devote my time to that a little bit more so I can get it out. I've been working on a class, and I am hoping to announce that class next week. Possibly this week, we'll see. But I just want to take a little bit of time to focus on that. So I am going to put a pause on this series for August, and I'll resume in September and make another kit from my stash using old and new products. If you have any questions, just leave me a comment below, and I will have still photos of all of the layouts I have not shared yet over on my blog, as well as a list to the products that were included in the kit. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.